Fat but pretty and that. Hello, gorgeous.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Fat Boy Pretty. You know the good vibes. You know the good vibes. You know the good vibes. Alright, y'all. So, y'all already know what the video is going to be about. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'm not gonna tell y'all about the relationship status because it wasn't a relationship. I cut that short. We was just dating. It was a situationship, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so we went out to dinner for one night. Not for one night. We just went to dinner like we usually does. And basically, this time he took me a bougie ass restaurant. So he told me to make sure, I dressed in, I put my little heels on or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. We met up. He came and picked me up today. That night he came and picked me up. He didn't want me to drive. He just wanted me to look cute. But he came and picked me up. And when he picked me up, he got out of the car. He greeted me. He gave me a hug and a kiss or whatever on the cheek. And he opened the door. He was a very good gentleman. And when we went to this restaurant, baby, I had way too many drinks. The food was good, but I had way too many drinks. And I'm looking at him, and when you have a lot of drinks, you get the tingling down there. So I got the tingling down there. So he was like, so when we finish dinner, where you want to go? I was like, we can go back to your house and watch a movie, eat popcorn or whatever, and finish drinking there. He was like, okay, cool. So we got to his house, and he told me, he got comfortable. He told me to get comfortable. He gave me a tour around the house. He got a big house, but it's not a mansion, but it's a big house. So he gave me a tour around his house or whatever, and I like the fact that, he had his bedroom set up as a man or whatever. So we made our way back to the living room or whatever, and I sat down, and he turned on the TV for me and everything. So he told me to relax. He's finna go to the kitchen and pop some popcorn and get us some wine or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So he was smelling good. House was clean. It was looking good. Oh yes, I was most definitely tingling down there, and I was debating whether I should, give him some or leave him dry. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I asked him what a bathroom was. I went to the bathroom, and the bathroom was clean, baby, spotless. So I'm in the mirror, and I was talking to myself, and I was like, Cookie said, should I give him something tonight? Because, baby, he was scoring points. Like nothing in the conversation, baby. Woo! The conversation where he sterilize your mind, make it pure. Yes, the communication level was boop boop. Okay, he set the tone for the night. So I'm going back and forth with myself. I'm like, I'm tingling down there. So I was up here talking to her down here, and I was like, look, chill out, sit down, relax, okay? When the mood is right, you're going to get you some. Just chill out. So I was like, okay. Now, in my head, I'm still debating. So I walked back to the living room or whatever. I sat down. He had already done the popcorn. And so he was just fixing champagne. And by like 2 minutes later, he came in. So my favorite movie, he was like, what's your favorite movie? I said, Love and Basketball. He told me good to know because I like that movie. So he put on Love and Basketball or whatever. And it was going good. We was kicking, making jokes, laughing. We was like our goofy selves or whatever. And I was eating popcorn, and he threw a popcorn at me, and then we throw it back. You know how we were planning to watch a movie? So, you know how when you get to that scene and Love and Basketball, when she came from prom, baby, all the planes stopped when it came to this scene. So I got the tingling again down there, and I was like, Cookie, I know your name is Cookie. But do you think he's ready to get these cookies? And so I'm up here talking in my head, and I slipped, and I did this. He gonna get it tonight. So he was like, huh? And I was like, oh, I ain't say nothing. He told me, I thought you said something. I was like, no, I ain't say nothing. You know, I'm playing it off. I did say something. But, you know, I'm playing it off like I didn't or whatever. So we got back. We was all into the scene on, you know, and he was all into the scene, but I'm up here holding her down here. I'm up here holding her because I'm like, woo, girl. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, nah, I think it's just time to go. He was like, why you want to leave? I was like, because she is acting a fool on me right now, and I still don't know what's up. And he was like, what you talking about? I was like, nah, it went past his head. So I'm like, okay, see, you know what? He acting a little bit slow. Okay. And, but I was like, nah, he told me, don't you want to finna watch a movie? I was like, yeah, we could just finna watch a movie and then we can go home. He was like, okay, cool. So, baby, that Maxwell song came on. Took the icing off the cake, baby. I put that popcorn on that table because he started rubbing me. I was all up on him. We were just cuddling or whatever. He was rubbing me in all the right spaces, but baby, when he hit that hot spot, I was like, you know, an alarm go off in your head, and the alarm went off down here. So I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay. So we started kissing out. All I know, I ended up on top. And the way he put his arm around me, he was big, strong, and oh, I felt every muscle. So we got down. He didn't want it on the sofa, baby. He wanted it in the bed. So we walked upstairs to his bedroom, his nice little bedroom, baby. And I don't understand. You know what? I ain't gonna say I don't understand, because I do. You know, it's okay for a man to light candles. So he had four little candles around his room. He had one on each side or whatever. So he lit all the candles. And he turned on the music. So when he turned on the music, you know, everything was good. He turned on the music or whatever, and he started, you know, kissing me slowly. And I felt something, you know, poke my knees. My knees now. Not my thigh, but my knees. And before y'all start joining, this man is short, okay? He's not my height. He stops right here at the bottom of my chin. At the bottom of this fat. So that's why I felt it on my knees. So I was like, stop poking me. And it's wet. And I don't like it. He talking about, oh, sorry. So he scooted out. I'm like, so we getting into it or whatever. And I was like, he pulled out the protection thing. I was like, oh, okay, because I'm about to say ain't no cookie, ain't no protection or whatever. Now, while the candle's lit, you can see what he got going on. Baby, when he pulled out his underwear and he was trying to put that thing on, I look and I asked him where the rest of it was. He's talking about, what you mean? Where's the rest of Peter? Where's the rest of Billy? You know what? Let me put it in nigga terms. Where's the rest of Kevin? Where's the rest of Tay? I mean, where is the rest of Jaquante? And he's talking about, oh, see, I told you he was a little bit slow. He was like, oh, it's big enough. I'm like, sir, it's a peanut. It's a shrimp. Okay? It don't even come with a hook. It's just straightforward. But it's just straightforward, but it comes but it comes short. Stop, my best. I literally asked him that. Because remember, communication. So he was like, what, you don't like it? I was like, no, sir. I was like, you know what? I'm getting tired. I'm ready to go home. So I'm ready to go home. So he was like, do you want me to stop? I was like, signs of going ready to go home. What that tells you? He was like, okay, I wasn't trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm like, sir, you showed me this and made me feel very uncomfortable. And I'm just ready to go home right about now. So I got my clothes or whatever, and I went downstairs. I wasn't trying to hurt his feelings or whatever. But I was just ready to go home. I was mad. I was silently, how you say it? Silently pissed. That's what I was, silently pissed. And I had to take that L for the night. I was like, I'm trying to think in my head, because he took me home, and it was a quiet, long way home. Do y'all hear me? It was quiet. And during the time it was quiet, I'm thinking in my head, I was like, see, this is how these niggas be trying to trick you. Because, you know, they got everything together except that. And I'm like, I know ain't nobody perfect, but that should be the one requirement, you know what I'm saying, you should have been worrying about. But anyway, y'all, I got to go. I'm gonna head out. But y'all know what's up. I'll holla.